Hey, so in this role play, I'm going to be practicing my skills of negotiating a contract renewal. The backstory to this one is it takes place with an e-commerce client that's been shipping with my delivery platform for several years, and they are trying to negotiate a better deal. I'm going to play the role of the sales lead at the parcel delivery company. The AI avatar is going to play the role of the client's procurement lead, and the procurement lead is pushing hard for a 10% rate cut on each parcel delivered. With all of our role plays, you can choose from a range of avatars for the conversation. You can give them a name. You can also choose from different personalities. We have a range of personalities you can choose from. These are just two examples. So I'm actually going to go for confrontational. So this is going to make the negotiation a little bit more difficult. We have a range of languages that you can practice with. Importantly, in all of our role plays, you're practicing key skills. So in this negotiation, I'm going to be practicing negotiating under pressure, value-based selling, and handling competitive threats. For each of the skills, we give a little description, an example to help you understand what are the key skills you're going to be practicing in the conversation. So now we've done that, we'll start the conversation and see how I get on.
Appreciate you making time. Budget's tight this quarter, and leadership expects a 10% reduction on our parcel costs. If we can't get there in price, we'll need equivalent, measurable value, credits, tiering, or concrete SLA-backed efficiencies. I want to keep this partnership, but I have competitive offers and a timeline. How close can you get without compromising service?
Hey, thanks for meeting today, and I appreciate you being upfront with your position. And I really do want to say upfront as well, appreciate our partnership over the last few years. It's been excellent working with you, and I'm very much invested in our partnership and want to make something work today.
Fair enough, but let's skip the pleasantries. I'm not here for a round of handshakes. I need to see what you're actually willing to put on the table. The last time we had this conversation, I got a lot of talk and very little movement. I want numbers today, not just goodwill.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and it's not shallow words me sharing that it's been a great partnership. But let's talk numbers. Let's get down to business. So can you just summarize your position and where you're at the moment with the kind of deal that you're looking to secure?
All right, simple. I need a 10% reduction in shipping costs per parcel, or you show me a mix, volume tiering, performance credits, actual co-funded improvements that nets out the same. No surprise surcharges, no vague promises. It's budget season and my bonus is on the line. Where do you stand?
Yes, the 10% is going to be a bit of a challenge, and I would like to explore maybe if there's other things that are important to you outside the margins, just so we get everything laid out on the table at the moment. What's most important to you for this deal?
What's most important? Hard cost out, period. Look, I'm not interested in a laundry list of soft benefits or future maybe features. You want to bundle in something? Fine, but it better move the needle on cost per order or SLA. If it doesn't, it's noise. Show me numbers, not slides.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And one of the things I would say in terms of hard numbers is our SLA of 90. We've done 98.7% on-time delivery for parcels, which is definitely market leading and is well ahead of what our competitors can offer, who are offering a lower price, but the services that they deliver don't always quite meet the expectations of their customers, which ultimately I'm sure we can both agree is really, really important.
I don't disagree on service. Your network's solid, and I've seen the numbers. But let's not pretend I'll get 99% on time with a rock-bottom competitor. I'm not asking for a free lunch. I'm asking for a rate that reflects today's market, not last year's peak. So, what's the real number you can offer?
Yeah, well, it's hard because there isn't a single number, right? Because there's also like when you reduce costs and go with a different competitor, there's like a price cost there in terms of lower service. I will say that we're unable to do a 10% discount across the board, but I am open to other ideas.
Spare me the lecture. I know exactly what happens when you chase the cheapest rate. I'm not asking for bottom of the barrel. I'm asking for a sustainable reduction that keeps us both in business.
Yeah, I'm happy to explore a volume-based discount. Maybe what we could do is for the first 100,000 parcels, we can look at sticking at the current rate. And then beyond that, we could do a tiered, laddered discount Also ensuring that we meet certain SLA performance targets, which I'm happy to introduce as well.
You're finally speaking my language. But if you want me to commit higher volume, I need those tiers spelled out, actual rates, not we'll see. And if you tie discount to SLA, then I want credits if you miss targets. No wiggle room. Can you get specific now?
Yeah, well, let's do this. Let's say first 100 parcels stick at the same rate. Once we go over 100,000 parcels, I'm willing to start to look at a percentage discount per 100,000 orders. So basically what that means is when we get up to the 1 million parcels, you'll get down closer to the 10% figure.
All right, that's finally something tangible. But let's be clear, I need those discount percentages locked in at each tier, in writing, not just a vague closer to 10%. And if you want my volume, lock in those SLA credits too. No, we'll discuss later.
Yeah, I'm happy to lock in those SLA credits now. We stick to the current deal where we've already got that baked in. Like I said, I'm very confident about the SLAs and our ability to be performant over the next year. I'm happy to write down and summarize the tiers and send those over to you so we can get that reviewed with your legal and your procurement team.
Good. That's what I want to hear. Once you put the tiers and SLA credits in writing, I'll review. But don't pad the doc with fluff. Just the rates, volumes, credits. If it's as clear as you say, this shouldn't take long. Send it and I'll move fast on my end.
All right, let's do that. And I appreciate you being so direct today. We can kind of work through this and ensure the deal works for both of us.
Pressure. Once your numbers land in my inbox, I'll move it up the chain. Let's keep it clean and sharp.
So 66 out of 100, it's not too bad to be honest. I enjoyed doing that role play, practice a few skills I'm not great at, such as around negotiation. Didn't do too bad around the negotiation. I got some strengths-based feedback around things that I did well. And I've also got some areas for improvement with specific things that I could have said to improve. I got areas to improve for value-based selling and handling competitive threats. Handling competitive threats is an area where I didn't actually do much work around that in the conversation. Didn't really directly explore the other things the competitors were offering. Kind of talked a little bit about price, but didn't really get into any of the details there. In Real Talk Studio, you can also analyze the conversation line by line, finding out exactly where you could improve. So in here, you can see I could have opened the conversation a bit better, and I'm getting specific things that I could have said that could have led to a better result, word for word. So that gives me a script that I can take and go away and practice. And as you go through it, you'll also see other moments where there's things that I could have said that may have led to a better outcome in the conversation, tied to each of the specific skills that we're practicing in the role play. And then the last thing learners can do is they can do a little journal reflection of what they did in the role play and make some commitments. And it's these two things that also help the learning stick, helping you ensure you take action after the role play and act upon the learning that you've gained from it. So that's Real Talk Studio, helping you build confidence and clarity for those crucial conversations.